I live in England now, so it's my favourite place, I suppose. It has to be. I can't go nowhere else. But sometimes at night in the winter, when I'm sitting so close to that gas fire that my knees burn, I remember my home, my first home, where the sun do shine all the time and where the coconut trees reach to the skies. Jamaica was where I was born, and it was Jamaica broke my heart when I left. I was 14 years old when they gave me that ticket to London to make my fortune. London, they said, would welcome me with open arms, a good, clever girl like me. Well, I didn't see no open arms. When I crept off that boat on the English shore, one dark, wet, evil night, London arms were tied behind her back, and there was no unloosing them. It wasn't like Jamaica. Now that I've grown used to the difference, and there's nothing like habit to make you feel at home. But the streets of London ain't paved with gold, whatever they may say. The thing about Jamaica was the light. It turned the air gold. And there's nothing like golden light for making you dress up and have a ball. We used to wear our finest clothes in red and green and peacock feathers. That was just to saunter down the road and see what was coming. Colour breeds colour, and Jamaica was about as colourful as you can get. What with the sea and the sky and the birds and the people. It lit us all up somehow, as if the whole island was one big fire burning and spraying its sparks up to the stars. Everyone was out all the time. Life was lived in the open air, whether it was tethering the goats and feeding the chickens, or just walking down between the plantains and the sugar canes enjoying the shade. In my family, we went to church or to each other's houses, anywhere to be out of doors and parading our skins. Everything was warm and open and friendly. It was a shock to come to London. I knew it would be cold. My dad had sent me 2 grey wool jumpers for the journey. I'd never worn a jumper before. They covered me up and I didn't like it. Will it really be cold? I asked. As cold as mango juice, they said. That first winter I nearly died. Then came the summer. One day I found myself wearing 2 jumpers, a coat, 2 scarves and a pair of mittens. It was June. I couldn't get used to it. I kept thinking of my hammock slung between the banana trees at the end of our plot, of our little zinc-covered house and the rich smell of palm trees overlaid with ripening fruit. I remembered running with bare feet across the sand, then turning to watch the sneaky Caribbean Sea washing away my footholds as if they'd never been. The sand would be as smooth again as the carpet of paradise. I wonder if the fruit Eve gave Adam was after all a mango, not an apple. It's cold in London. People stay indoors. On the streets they pass each other by without a glance. In Jamaica, the sun shone into our hearts. It's a pity no one looks at me in London, because if they did, they'd see the sun shining from me. It's the gift from Jamaica, the warmth in my heart.